Have you ever looked at someone and wondered, why do they act like a child trapped in an adult's body? Maybe you've seen it in someone close to you, a friend, a partner, a mother, a woman who, despite her age, emotional experiences, or education, still seems emotionally frozen, stuck, like she never really grew up. Or maybe it's you. You find yourself avoiding responsibility, chasing validation, resisting the weight of adulthood, even though a part of you knows you should be further along. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Immaturity is not just a phase. Sometimes it becomes a personality, a defense mechanism, a survival strategy, rooted deep in the unconscious. And Carl Jung, he saw it coming. Jung believed that the human psyche is a battlefield between the self we present to the world and the shadow we try to hide. He warned, what we refuse to confront within ourselves will eventually control us from the shadows. When it comes to female immaturity, Jung didn't blame culture alone, though it plays a role. He pointed to the animus, the inner masculine figure in a woman's psyche. When undeveloped, the animus doesn't guide her with reason or strength. It dominates her with criticism, confusion, and chaos. She becomes ruled not by logic, but by moods, projections, and fantasies. We see the results everywhere. The woman who seeks constant validation on Instagram, the one who idealizes toxic men, mistaking chaos for passion, the one who avoids accountability by playing the victim, the one who never learned to sit with discomfort. So she distracts herself with gossip, drama, or dopamine. But this isn't just behavior. This is arrested development, and it often starts in childhood. Maybe she had to be the good girl to survive, so she repressed her anger, her truth, her identity. Maybe she was overprotected and never allowed to fail. Maybe she was sexualized too early, taught to be pretty before she was taught to be powerful. So she adapted, she performed, she became who the world wanted her to be, but not who she truly is. And here's the hard truth. Survival isn't growth. Philosopher Plato once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Jung would take it further. The unexamined self is not really living at all. Nietzsche warned of something darker, the eternal recurrence, the idea that unless we confront ourselves, we are doomed to repeat the same life over and over again. So what happens to the woman who never looks inward? She becomes trapped in a loop. Fantasy over reality, projection over introspection, dependency over discipline. Imagine this. A woman enters a relationship. At first, she plays the role of the dream girl. She adapts, she mirrors, she seduces, not out of manipulation, but fear of being truly seen. As the relationship deepens, the mask starts to slip. Her wounds surface, her insecurities speak. She begins to test, to accuse, to withdraw, not because she wants to destroy the relationship, but because she unconsciously believes, "I will be abandoned." And often she is. Not because love wasn't there, but because she never matured into someone who could sustain it. Carl Jung believed that real maturity is integration. It's reconciling with the parts of ourselves we've buried. It's becoming responsible for the little girl inside, not letting her run the show. A mature woman does not reject her femininity. She embraces it with boundaries. She doesn't wait to be saved. She becomes her own savior. History gives us examples. Joan of Arc, who heard her inner voice and defied empires. Marie Curie, who pursued truth over approval. These women weren't defined by childlike needs. They weren't small. They weren't safe. They were whole. But today, culture teaches women to stay small, to stay pretty, to stay likable, to stay young. But Jung warned, The longer you delay the confrontation with your true self, the more painful it becomes. So what does it actually mean to grow up? It means letting the fantasy die. It means facing the mirror, not just on your face, but on your soul. It means grieving the girl you used to be and choosing to become the woman you were afraid to imagine. It's not glamorous. It's lonely. It's raw. It's silent. But it's real. And it's liberating. Here's the twist. This isn't just about women. Immaturity is everywhere. But female immaturity is often romanticized. It's called cute, emotional, quirky. But infantilization is not femininity, and immaturity is not innocence. It's a cage, and the door is open, but only you can walk through it. Carl Jung said, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." So look inside. Ask yourself, am I growing or am I hiding? Do I face discomfort or do I avoid it? Do I take responsibility or do I play the victim? Because the path to maturity isn't paved with answers, it's paved with questions. The ones you're brave enough to ask, the ones you're strong enough to face. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to wake up. Because time will not wait for you to grow, and neither will life.